In this video, I'm going to show you a test where we actually removed the feature, add to cart rate went down, but revenue went up. So before I go ahead and show the data behind me, I want to make sure you guys know that if you own a Shopify store that turns over more than 50K a month, that you're eligible for our free store teardown. So please make sure to visit us at conversion-dude.com and sign up for your free teardown, where you will have a private session with me going over your online store, where I give you my expertise on what to test and optimize first to get more sales for your e-com brand. All right, let's jump into this test. What was it that we were actually testing right here? Well, actually fairly simple. Let me demonstrate this in terms of a preview right here using Intelligems. So let's hop over to the best sellers. And as I said, this test is inside of the collection page, meaning that what we are testing here are these color swatches. So believe it or not, color swatches are a thing. It is a feature that almost every Shopify store where the product needs it actually lives. It usually sits right about in the product cart where the image of the product is. Most likely it sits underneath the title and price, like right here, or it can also be above it. What does it? Fairly simple feature. Whenever you click the color of the image actually changes, so you get a better preview of how each and every style looks like. What is the hypothesis of having something inside of here? Well, the advantage or the key thought is that if someone is interacting on a collection page level with the product, they're going to be more likely to click through the product because, well, if I get someone to click onto these buttons, they should be able to click on the image here as well. And once they reach the product page, of course, the likelihood of them adding to cart is going to be higher. And because of that, we are getting more purchases. So this is the thought process of these swatches. By removing the swatches, my main hypothesis or thought was, okay, more people now are clicking onto the products because there's nothing else to do. This was my main primarily thought, that we will get more add to carts because more people click through to get to a product page, and because of that, they will add more to cart. This was my hypothesis. And guess what? Both of them are really much wrong, and I will tell you why. So if we have a look at the results, and as a quick context, we're talking about the brand Bullstrap. They sell mainly phone leather cases, but they also sell Apple Watch straps, phone cases for different phone models, iPad cases, laptop cases. So a big variety of products, but their hero products are really the iPhone cases. And this is why, we have tested this. But the cool thing with this test is that we were able to test across the entire store, which I recommend if possible, because this way you are able to collect a lot more data at once. And this is specifically what we have done right here. Of course, I'm not able to share with you every single metric, but I can tell you that this test has received in between 50 and 100K visitors over the time span of 19 days and has collected around 1,700 orders. So a very solid data set, nothing to question about. Also looking at statistical significance, we are at revenue per visitor at 92.4%, which is very, very strong to make a decision based up on that. Of course, in the perfect world, we have 95 and up, but I would say 92% for a collection page test is perfectly fine. So I would at least make sure that the median across every metric is around 90%. Well, in any case, we will see that we have almost 4% lift in conversion rate, 10% almost in revenue per visitor, and 6% in AOV. Well, how does that happen? First of all, imagine 10% as revenue per visitor. So you get 10% out of every single visitor coming to your store, meaning that you're paying the same amount, the same expensive amount for every person coming to the store, but now you get 10% more revenue. That's just amazing by just actually reducing a feature. So, well, but you will see something very interesting, that the add to cart rate dropped by 3%. So this is why I was saying the hypotheses that we had in the past were wrong, partially. So the first hypothesis on why you want to have the color swatch is actually correct, because it gives you more add to carts, and we have it right here. Having the color swatches gives you more add to carts. but these add to carts are of poor quality because these are window shoppers. So you can also have people that just click add to cart but are not purchasing, kind of as with your meta ads, where if you optimize purely for clicks, the clicks will get cheaper, but no one will take action because you highly optimized for the click. And kind of same way here, well, we can optimize for add to cart, then let's put the color swatches back. But well, we actually want to optimize for money. Well, if we want to do that, then let's just keep the color swatches out of it. So what's happening here? Very simple, that because we have a lower add to cart, the people that are adding to cart are of higher value, and that directly translates on the abandoned cart rate. We have almost the exact same percentage of abandoned add to cart as the add to cart difference, which is actually quite amazing. So already this data set is just perfect for this hypothesis to be correct. And looking at our abandoned and conversion rate percentage, we do see that it translates all the way through. So we are basically eradicating a bit more of our window shoppers in favor of people then going to make the purchase. And because we get more people onto the product page, there's also going to be the impulse of, okay, I have a case and I see this awesome wallet together, because that's what you're able to see on the product page right here. And that's why we have a higher AOV. It's not something I can prove, but definitely something that could make sense. So yeah, this is how you're able to get more sales by removing features from your online store. But again, I want you to be very mindful before you go ahead and say, I saw a guy on YouTube that just removed this feature and our sales went up, and you're going to go ahead and implement this onto your store or onto your client's store. It will not work 100%. Why is that? This test worked for selling specific products on a specific sales channel with specific traffic sources. And because of that, and we are filtering for specific people getting this result. Again, this is why if you're highly curious about it, go ahead and test it onto your store. But you know what's actually better? If you go ahead and book your free store teardown, and this way I'm able to tell you what you should test first. All right. Thank you guys for having a look at this video. Please make sure to like and subscribe to this video and to check out the links down below. Thank you so much. Bye.